DMT is a hallucinogen that packs a pretty fast and powerful trip. Powerful as it is, it appears to have the lowest side effect profile compared with other psychedelic drugs like LSD and magic mushrooms, psilocybin. Still, DMT carries some risks. What are the negative side effects? It's hard to predict how you'll react to using DMT because it depends on several factors, including your weight, your body composition, state of your physical and mental health, how much you take, how you take it. People take DMT and other psychedelics to experience effects like euphoria, increased creativity, and spiritual insight. It's known as the spirit molecule, after all. Not everyone enjoys these effects, though. Some people report feeling like they're having a near-death experience or traveling to another world or dimension, and not in a fun way. Other negative side effects of DMT include hallucinations, often involving elf-like creatures or alien beings, distorted sense of time and body agitation, uneasiness, anxiety, paranoia, dilated pupils, visual disturbance, rapid rhythmic eye movements, increased heart rate and blood pressure, dizziness. Are there any risks linked to it? DMT does come with some potential psychological and physical risks. Psychological risks. Like most hallucinogens, DMT has the potential to take you on a bad trip, which can be overwhelming and terrifying. People have reported being left shaken by a bad DMT trip for days, weeks, and even months. Taking a higher dose increases your chances of a bad experience, as does using DMT if you're in a negative frame of mind. DMT may also worsen pre-existing mental health conditions, particularly schizophrenia. Hallucinogens also carry a small risk of persistent psychosis and hallucinogen persisting perception disorder, HPPD, according to the National Institute on Drug Abuse. Physical risks. Increased heart rate and blood pressure are both side effects of DMT, which can be bad news if you already have a heart condition or high blood pressure. According to the Drug Enforcement Administration, DEA, DMT can also cause seizures and loss of muscle coordination. It's been linked to coma and respiratory arrest as well. What about interactions with other drugs? Before using DMT, it's important to know how it interacts with other substances. Other hallucinogens. Using DMT with other hallucinogens like LSD or magic mushrooms can make an already strong trip even more intense. Stimulants. Taking DMT with stimulants like amphetamines or cocaine may heighten DMT-related feelings of fear or anxiety. Opioids. DMT shouldn't be taken with opioids, especially tramadol, because of an increased risk of seizure. Antidepressants. Using DMT while taking antidepressants, especially monoamine oxidase inhibitors, MAOIs, can result in a serious condition called serotonin syndrome. Serotonin syndrome. Signs. Symptoms of serotonin syndrome include confusion and disorientation, anxiety, irritability, shivering, tremors, muscle spasms, muscle rigidity. If you or someone else experiences these symptoms during or after DMT use, call 911. Is it addictive? Research on its long-term effects is limited. Based on the data available so far, DMT is unlikely to cause tolerance, dependence, or physical addiction. People who regularly use DMT may crave it psychologically, but this is based on anecdotal reports. Is it legal? Nope. In the United States, the DEA considers DMT a Schedule I controlled substance. This means it's illegal for recreational use, is deemed to have no current medicinal use, and has a high potential for misuse. That's the case in most other parts of the world, too. However, things can get a little muddy when it comes to the plants that contain DMT, like those used to make ayahuasca. These are legal to possess in some countries, including Brazil, Peru, and Costa Rica. Safety tips to keep in mind if you're going to use DMT. There are a few things you can do to reduce your chance of having a bad trip or negative reaction. Keep the following in mind. Strength in numbers. Don't use DMT alone. Do it in the company of people you trust. Find a buddy. Make sure you have at least one sober person around who can intervene if things take a turn. Consider your surroundings. Be sure to use it in a safe and comfortable place. Take a seat. Sit or lie down to reduce the risk of falling or injury while you're tripping. Keep it simple. Don't combine DMT with alcohol or other substances. Pick the right time. The effects of DMT can be pretty intense. As a result, it's best to use it when you're already in a positive state of mind. Know when to skip it. Avoid using DMT if you're taking antidepressants, have a heart condition, or already have high blood pressure. The bottom line, it may not produce as many side effects as other hallucinogens, but that doesn't mean it's entirely safe. Like other drugs, its effects can be unpredictable. No two experiences are exactly alike. If you're going to use DMT, take precautions to make the experience as safe as possible. Make sure you know about any potential interactions with other substances you use, including any medications. Call 911 or head to the nearest emergency room if you or someone else experiences any concerning symptoms. If you're concerned about your substance use, free and confidential help is available by calling SFS's national helpline at 800-622-4357, HELP. Adrienne Santos Longhurst is a freelance writer and author who has written extensively on all things health and lifestyle for more than a decade. When she's not holed up in her writing shed researching an article or off interviewing health professionals, she can be found frolicking around her beach town with husband and dogs in tow, or splashing about the lake trying to master the stand-up paddleboard.